Is this Wisconsin man, who is a dad of three, deceased in a lake somewhere, or is he cuddled up with a lover? On the morning of August 12th of this year, Ryan Borgwart's wife called authorities to tell them that her husband did not return back from a kayaking trip on Green Lake the night before and that he was not answering his phone. Again, this was in Wisconsin. So the Green Lake County Sheriff's Office started a search that night at around 5:32 p.m. and focused to begin with on his last known location, which was on Green Lake. Deputies soon found his truck and a trailer parked near Dodge Memorial Park. Then, about an hour after finding them, authorities found a kayak that had been capsized in the west part of the lake, and it was said that the water there is around 220 feet deep. They discovered that the life jacket was still attached to the kayak. Eventually, volunteers ended up joining the authorities to search for Ryan. Crews deployed a drone and several boats to perform a grid search of the lake, and that was about 24 hours into the search. As the search continued, the sheriff stated that they were honing in on the lake's deepest areas, and they were covering hundreds of acres with the assistance of a nonprofit organization that specializes in search and recovery of missing people called Bruce's Legacy. The sheriff's office eventually ended up saying they were looking for a body, and they did believe that Ryan had drowned in the lake. Cadaver dogs and a dive team were eventually brought in to help search for the body in the lake. At this point, it was a recovery effort, they said. The sheriff and his deputies then changed their focus to re-examine the investigation and the search starting from the very beginning. They soon discovered that law enforcement out of Canada had run Ryan's name in a system on August 13th. Although his passport was found at home, investigators found out that he had gotten a new one on May 22nd. And that was after he reported that his original one was lost. His wife, Emily, eventually handed over his laptop to authorities for investigation. A digital forensic analysis showed that Ryan had replaced the hard drive in his computer, and he cleared all of his browser history the day before he went missing. Further findings revealed that Ryan had transferred funds to a foreign bank. He also changed his email address, and he had been talking to a woman from Uzbekistan before he disappeared. The investigation also ended up revealing that he took out a total of $375,000 of a life insurance policy, and this was 7 months before he went missing. And he also bought airline cards. Authorities now think that he is actually in Europe. The sheriff stated that after all the authorities uncovered, Ryan is not in their lake. If you have any information on his whereabouts, please contact the Green Lake County Sheriff's Office. But I think it's safe to say he doesn't want to be found. But it's still not okay to just up and vanish, especially when you have a wife and children. Prayers definitely go out to his wife and children, because even though I'm sure they are extremely frustrated and pissed off, it's probably a very tough time for them. For more strange cases of missing people, be sure to hit the follow button.